Okay, before us next we have the second reading of Council Bill number 9, referencing conduct on city property. Go ahead, Neil.
Yes, this is an ordinance of the City of Titusville, Pennsylvania, governing access to and conduct within city-owned, controlled, and leased property.
So in a motion that we... Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to make a motion to approve Council Bill number 9.
Do I hear a second?
I will second that.
Okay. And for the solicitor and Neil,
Second.
Can we just make a minor, if we make a minor change, are we okay to pass it with the minor change and you guys make that?
What change do you want to make?
So right now it says without permission on our city properties, you cannot do audio or video. And we would like that to include or taking pictures. You know, which kind of is implied in video, but it doesn't specifically say that.
Sure, that would be so that would be a change to 139.04 and 139.06 subsection O.
Okay.
And we would just add
that wording.
Photographs, I guess.
Okay.
To that.
And is the rest of council okay with that? The head nod or anything?
I think you ought to, since we're changing the ordinance, you ought to do a motion to approve that change, and then do a motion to approve the whole ordinance.
Okay.
There'd actually be two motions here.
Do I hear a motion to approve that change?
I'll make that motion as well.
Second?
I'll second that.
Call the roll, please, Heather.
Mr. McCrillis.
Yes.
Mrs. Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Witowski.
Yes.
Mr. Shambaugh.
Yes.
Mr. Crouch.
Yes. Okay, so now the next...
So now we would have the underlying motion to approve the ordinance itself.
Okay. Did your motion still stand on that, Jay?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I believe Dave seconded that also.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so any discussion on that, or is everybody pretty good on this one? All right, with that, we'll call the roll, please.
Mr. Shambaugh.
Yes.
Mr. Witowski.
Yes.
Mrs. Jones.
Yes.
Mr. McCrillis.
Yes.
Mr. Crouch.
Yes.
Mayor Crouch. What locations would be included in that bill that restricts the taking of photographs?
That's primarily going to be in interior locations where people are working or conducting business with the city. So like City Hall or inside the Public Works
Like
building.
all of City Hall? Or
Without permission, correct? That's what the bill states.
Right.
You can do any of that with permission.
well, do you need permission on public property to take pictures?
Go ahead, Jay.
Yes, in city work spaces, in areas where the employees are conducting business, yes.
Well, I mean, which areas would they be conducting business?
Inside City Hall, in Public Works, potentially in certain areas of the airport property. It does require, the ordinance does require the city to post those areas so that the public knows.
So they would have to be restricted areas, and it's up to the city to define which areas are restricted.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a restricted area. There are certain areas will have limited public access.
Well, I mean,
for the purpose.
you know, in the United States, it's legal to photograph or videotape anything and anyone on any public property within reasonable community standards. If somebody's in the garage working on a vehicle and you want to photograph them, I think that that's within the community standards. So
I'm not going to debate the law.
okay, thank
I've
you.
reviewed federal case law on this, so I'm confident the ordinance passes muster.
Thank you very much.